This is Sounds Like Adventure, an actual play podcast all about fun roleplay, short runtimes, and great sound design. I'm your host and DM, Jack Trainer, and I'm joined by my co-hosts and players, Jacob Sirachi and China Wenzel. Hey there, we're back. It's episode 6 of season 2. Sounds Like Adventure. Hey, how you going? It's me, Jack. Thanks for joining us again. So before we dive into the episode today, I've got a couple of things I wanted to mention to you. So first of all, the giveaway. It finished on Friday last week. We got so many amazing entries. Thank you so much. So over the next couple of weeks, we'll be going through all the entries and we'll be reaching out to the finalists and we'll have more to say really soon. But this week is a huge week for Sounds Like Adventure because we are launching a brand new show. So if you follow us on social media, you already know about this, but we are partnering with Houndsong Games, the creators of Relict. So if you listen to The Table Business, our other show, you'll know that Relict is this really cool independent system that's coming out. And the Kickstarter is happening right now. So in collaboration with Houndsong Games, Sounds Like Adventure is producing a new show called Sounds Like Relict, aka 10 Silvers Bent. So this is a brand new, fully exclusive actual play campaign. Chris is going to GM it. He's the creator of Relict, and me, Chai, and Jacob are all going to be the players. It's going to be new characters, new story, new setting, new system even. So you'll get to learn along with us, and let me tell you, it is so fun. So the first episode drops this Thursday. And the best thing is, it's just happening all in the Sounds Like Adventure feed, so you don't need to do anything. Just keep an eye out on the feed, and on Thursday, you can catch the first episode of 10 Silvers Bent. But let's get into it. Today's episode 6, it's a banger. So last episode, Sioc and Odis, they made their way into the tavern. Sioc went off into this side room and found a very strange private talk happening, and Odis has been drawn into some type of commotion. So before we dive in, there's going to be a game happening today. So before the session, I gave some rules to Jacob explaining how to play this game. So basically, what he needs to do is make a bunch of skill checks. You'll see the reason why. And in those skill checks, he needs to try and get as close to 15 as he can without going over. So it's a little bit different than normal skill checks, but that's what's going to happen. So keep an eye out for it. So with all that in mind, let's get into episode 6 of season 2 of Sounds Like Adventure. All right, when we pick it up this week, you guys have made your way into the tavern. Odis, you're off. There's some commotion you're looking at. And Sioc, you're inside a room that says private talk. It's very weird. What are you doing?
Are there any open seats?
Yeah, there is. Right nearby the door, in fact.
I'll slink in without disturbing anyone and sit down.
All right, Odis, back to you. So yeah, you make your way over to that group of excited people in the corner, and as you arrive, you hear a very familiar voice. And it's actually singing. Pay me my money. Pay my money, money, pay me my money. Pay my money, baby, pay me my money. Pay my money, money, pay me my money. Pay my mommy's money. And as you approach, you notice that there's this small crowd and they appear to be throwing coins at the wall, and Bobby Elfish is at the center, dancing. And there's a bald human with a scar on his face and he's glaring hard at Bobby. And before anything can happen, you see the human grab Bobby by the front of his outfit. You think I don't know a cheat when I see one? I will slice you open right here.
Can Odis meet Bobby's gaze without actually getting in the middle of this?
Sure, yeah. Bobby is being grabbed by this guy. Eyes are darting frantically around and he notices you in the crowd.
Odis sort of just looks at him and raises an eyebrow as in, need some help.
Just nodding super aggressively.
Odis will take a step forward and put his hand on the on old mate's scarred face, and says, "Does there seem to be a problem, sir?"
So then back to Sioc in the other room. So the green guy is in full flight, and it's clear that you're at some like marriage counseling session or something like that. It's really weird what's going on and why this is happening at this gig. He's talking about intimacy, he's talking about connection, he's talking about all different kinds of things. And he turns and he notices that you've sit down in the chair. And he says, "Oh me, oh my, ladies and gentlemen, it's a rare treat. We have as a cat man come and visit us, very lucky. You know, they say, they have 9 lives. So what is one for just you and I to the cat? It is nothing, of course. Now, you see, when you come across the cat man, what you must do to inflame the passions on the river of love." Is you get the little kitty cat, a little scritchy scratch underneath the chinny wing, and you will fly through the sky on the ocean of love. Slowly, beautifully, consensually. Now I ask you, Mr. Kitty Catty Man, may I pet you?
What?
And he's coming closer. May I stroke you?
What?
As the kings of old did. They stroked their felines. And may I ask now that one such as beautiful as you, my darling, would allow me to stroke you?
I'm locked on my... not into stroking.
I understand. Of course I understand. Fun is only fun if everyone agrees.
Okay.
My friend, please. I need a volunteer. Come onto the stage. We will talk. We will present. Come, I insist. You must now. Come.
Okay.
It's role reversal. Role reversal. Yay!
So back to Odis now. So Odis, what did you say again? What did you say to them when you interjected?
Does there seem to be a problem?
He turns around. He's still holding Bobby by his lapels. He swings him around because he's so small and light. And he goes, "The only problem is this bloody little cheating birdie boy here. I'm going to cut him open right here in front of everyone. You got a problem with that?"
I mean, how do you know that my friend here was cheating?
He throws him to the ground. He puts his head in his hands. "I'd never lose this much. This isn't fair. This guy's obviously a cheat."
Can I roll an insight here? And I want to see if I can see if Bobby's guilty at all. If he's got a...
Yeah, sure. This is a hard check, though.
I imagine it would be. Yeah, I imagine it would be. I don't know Bobby very well yet.
Yeah,
so.
you don't know Bobby very well, and he is a very dishonest gentleman.
Yeah.
It's a 20 DC on this.
Sick. That would be a 17.
Unfortunately, you're not going to know.
Okay.
You got no idea.
So,
Bobby's protesting. He's like, I would never cheat. What? Me? Bobby?
Otis looks down at Bobby and says, "My good sir, my friend here says he didn't cheat. What proof do you have?"
Look, every throw, it's on point every time. And it's not this kind of game, all right? When you're throwing coins at a wall, you can't be that good at it. It's basically, you're just gambling for the sake of gambling, essentially. There's no skill in this game. He can't be this good at it. Look, here's the deal, all right? Here's what I'll offer you, and if you don't agree, I'm just going to knife him immediately. So here's what I suggest. You go up against me. I'm just too angry to come up with reasons for it now, but you go up against me, and if I win, Bobby buys me drinks for a year, and if you win, then I just forget everything. What about that?
Deal's a deal, my man, but I cannot promise that Bobby can deliver on those drinks for a year.
Well, if we can't deliver on the drinks, then we'll figure out some other option then, I guess.
Otis sort of looks at Bobby and weighs up whether he really wants to help him, and he's like, "The knife is still an option, my sir." and then says, "How do we play?"
And then Bobby just quickly interjects. He's like, "Hey, Otis, quick powwow. Can we just have a quick chat over here? Quick little chat."
What would it be, Mr. Bobby?
So you guys walk slightly out of earshot, and he goes, "So yeah, thing is, I just been cheating like crazy, eh? I just non-stop cheating. I got these weighted coins, chucking them. It's been going great."
I want to try and subtly put my hand out and see if and say to Bobby as discreetly as possible, happy to roll for it. I guess I'd be needing some of those coins.
And he points over to the wall, and he's like, "I already threw them all. I don't have any more."
Otis sort of just looks at him and has no visible reaction for Bobby, but turns to the scarred man and
as you're turning, he grabs you by the arm, and he's like, "But look, I just need to let you know, this guy's pretty good. He's very good at this game. I know he said there's no skill, but this guy's really good. And I cannot afford to pay for those drinks. He will kill me if you lose this game. I will die."
I suggest, Mr. Elfish, that you make your way to Mr. Norm, and I will deal with what I can.
All right.
And then Otis will also, across the mind link, very quickly to Sioc, say, "Tell Mr. Norm Mr. Elfish is on his way out, and he is to watch him."
Great.
Kind of in a sticky situation myself. I'll let him know. To Norm, Bobby's on his way to you. He needs you to watch him or something. Also, what is with this weird guy in the private talk section? What's going on over here?
And yelling back, you get, "Roger, receiving Bobby shortly." And then no response on the second thing.
Perfect.
Cutting back to Sioc now. So you're standing in the middle of the room now, and your hands are stretched out in front of you, both hands, and both hands are holding the hands of the green guy as you look into each other's eyes. And he says, "Now, my darling, you do not come to a private talk like this unless you are experiencing some troubles in the relationship with your partner. Perhaps it's another Loxodon who you're having your troubles with, and I understand the communication in the long-term relationship, very, very difficult. So now I want us to simulate loving communication. So I need you to tell me a problem that you have with your Loxodon partner, and tell me how I can improve this problem. I am your Loxodon partner today."
I love that he has not questioned Sioc calling himself a Loxodon.
No, I respect identity.
The only problem is I have with my partner. Well, Sioc totally takes this as like my business partner, brother, and stuff, but he doesn't. He just thinks that. He doesn't mention that we're talking about his business partner / brother. The only problem I have with my partner is, we don't make enough money. And I can easily steal a lot of stuff. You see all the wealth in front of me. I could just take it, but I don't want to. But we're working really hard, and we're not making a lot of money.
It is difficult when you go into business with the ones you are in relationship with. I understand. It's troubling. What is your name, my Loxodon friend?
Sioc.
Sioc. Imagine I am your partner and you're experiencing these financial difficulties. How would you speak and raise these concerns in the way we love at the center? Speak to me as if I am your partner now. Raise these concerns to me.
Otis, I want to eat more cupcakes. we need funds for cupcakes. I know we're getting fresh baked goods every morning from Double Dylan, but I think we should also have some baked goods in the afternoon.
Doesn't it feel so good to be so honest? And now I will speak to you as Odis. Sioc. When I wake in the morning and I see your beautiful form, I must ravage you. And I need my baked goods in the morning to support my needs. How can we afford these two sources of baked goods? What can we do?
I mean, the morning stuff we don't really pay for because Double Dylan just brings them. You must have some good deal with some bakery. But I think if we put aside some funds every now and every day, a little bit, could probably make the afternoon snacks happen too.
Afternoon delight, if you will.
Yeah, more like been a hard day. We worked a lot. Have a cup of tea. Eat a cupcake.
You like to eat the cupcake?
Could also be, Danish.
Back to Odis. After your little powwow with Bobby slinks away, manages to escape while this guy is so irate. And you guys are set up, ready to throw some coins. And you look around the room, and despite the silliness of this event, you feel the tension kind of rise. You want to win this thing. You want to beat this guy. So Odis, you're up first. It's time to push it to the limit.
Okay. Yeah, Odis wants to be fancy and I imagine that there's some bar stools and tables and stuff around, and Odis wants to sort of try and ricochet it off something and get close to the wall, ricochet it off a bar stool.
Okay, you got to throw it pretty hard for that. So what skill are you rolling?
Just straight strength. Just
straight strength, just hefting it. All right.
Brute force and ignorance, baby.
Give us a roll. Try and beat that 15.
That'll be a crit fail.
Nice. Nice. I was so waiting for this.
Oh, man.
I was so close to say, why don't you explain exactly how elaborate you want to throw the coin?
So what happens with your nat 1 when you try and peg this coin? You're like, watch this.
I imagine that so I try to bounce off the side of a bar stool so that it'll bounce and then go towards the wall. Instead, I hit the top of the bar stool and it shatters the light in the roof. Instead, it just makes a spectacle of my failure.
The human, whose name is Alden, by the way, he steps out of the way, the glass falls to the ground. He's like, I know I said no skill, but can you aim it at the right place? You don't have to wreck the place, jeez. He does one of those cool things where the coin does an upward waterfall up the outside of his hand across his fingers. And then he just flicks it straight at the wall. And he's going to make a sleight of hand roll. He rolls a 9. He flicks it and it lands on its side and it rolls and it hits the wall and then rolls back in a big circle, and it's reasonably far away from the wall.
Otis looks you in the eye and he says, best of 3.
Sioc, back to you. So still holding hands with the green guy. And he goes, now, my dear Sioc, my darling, I want you to express gratitude to me, your partner, in this moment.
Okay. You're really good. keeping documents in order.
Order. And more. They talk about his physicality, his body. What do you like about it?
It's pretty tall.
Yes, we love the tall man, don't we? What else?
Yes, I could say the fashion sense kind of suits him.
He's dapper, he's handsome, you say. Yes, what else?
He can be very loud if he wants to.
I bet you make him loud. What else? His body.
Now that I think about it, he should probably not eat more pastries.
Oh no, positivity only, my friend.
He has 1.5 tusks. Looks kind of badass in a nerdy kind of way.
What else?
He's pretty strong, I guess.
Are you not saying what I want you to say on purpose?
Yes. Like, I am not saying it on purpose. Sioc is oblivious.
Back to you, Otis. Your throw this time. What are you going to do this time?
Just see if I can find anything that looks like a good vantage point to bounce a coin off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Give me that then.
That is an 11.
Okay. Great. So, yeah, you spot like a good little perch nearby, and you just sort of like toss it over and it bounces off and lands just a little bit closer to the wall than where Alden's coin landed. So now let's go. He's going to do another sleight of hand on this one, just a nice little underarm loop. He just tosses it over very casually and lands even further away than his first coin.
Oh.
With a 7 he rolls.
Yes.
Sioc, back to you. So still standing in the middle of the room, still holding your arms. And he says, my friend, my darling, you have clearly made wonderful progress today. The gratitude you have shown towards your partner today is just beautiful. Can you bring your partner to the next one of these sessions?
Yeah, I'll probably have to pull him by his trunk, but sure.
You son of a... And he goes, well, now, my darling, we have ended the session. And we always end in the same way with my volunteer. So I ask you now, with all the progress we have made, all the journey we have made on the ocean of love, right now, right here, in front of all of these people, can I pet you?
We still haven't solved the problem on how to get more pastries happening in the afternoon.
Then an alarm goes off just as you finish saying that. He's like, all right, we're out of time, guys. Thanks for coming to the workshop. It was really good to have you here. Sioc, we'll see you next week. And yep, all right, thanks, guys. Everyone gets up and sort of mills out.
His personality changes completely. It's like, I'm not getting paid anymore.
Incredible.
Yeah, so it just looks confused. He's just like, what the hell?
Yeah, he walks past. He's like, yeah, good luck with your husband, all right? It's good luck out there. And he walks out and closes the door.
She's like, husband?
Otis, back to you. So final coin toss now. You're in the lead at the moment, ever so slightly closer. What are you going to do for your final throw?
You know what? Let's risk it for the biscuit and sleight of hand with my -2 anyway.
How do you throw it? What's your sleight of hand? Behind the back?
Otis like raises the coin in one hand, takes it with the other, reveals the hand that he took the coin with to be empty, and then throws it with the other. So like does like a quick sleight of hand magic trick and then throws it with the other.
Still trying to beat that 15. What do you get?
I get a 4.
Nice.
All right. So I think you go to make that move, and in the switch over, you drop it, and it hits, and it rolls reasonably close, actually. So you kind of get further than what you would have expected. And now the final roll. It comes down to it. Alden is ready to make his move here. All right. Final roll. Otis, you're currently in the lead. You got 11. So he has to try and beat an 11 here. If he can't beat an 11, you win. All right, buddies. And let's roll this in the open as well.
Yay.
So he's going to do another sleight of hand. And what he's going to do is he's going to look at you while he throws it. And he's going to go for the no look. And he goes, well, I'm thirsty. And I'm going to be drinking a lot this year thanks to your mate, Bobby. And he rolls a 15.
What a boss move.
That is like the highest possible roll he can get. So the coin just hits. He tosses it while looking at you, and it floats through the air, lands on its side again. It rolls right up to the edge of it, and it like is on its side, and it like topples one way. It looks like it's about to fall and hit the wall, and then it falls back the other way and lands flat. And you lose. Just shocking developments at the end of episode 6 of Sounds Like Adventure. What an upset. The Macumbra brothers, they've been defeated. It hasn't happened up until now. What happens next, and what happens to Bobby? We'll find out in the next episode. And to make sure you don't miss the next episode, make sure you've subscribed to or followed Sounds Like Adventure on your favorite podcast app. And hey, a 5-star review, very much appreciated as always. And don't forget, it's a huge week for Sounds Like Adventure this week. Our partnership with Relic is starting this Thursday. 10 Silver Spent. It's a whole new show, full actual play. You're not going to want to miss it. And it's going to be right here in this feed in 2 days' time. But hey, with all that in mind, I'll catch you for 10 Silver Spent in a few days. And I'll also see you next week for the next episode of Sounds Like Adventure.